Did you guys see in Parliament today, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was going at it again, trying to question the credibility of the Minister of Correctional Services? Because I'm sure you guys have noticed the pattern when it comes to the ANC. When they are giving a speech or when they are supposed to speak in public, they're always reading a speech. It seems like they're not sure about what is it they're gonna say. They're always reading a speech. Everything they say is based on what is written in the speech, and that can raise a lot of questions. Do these people know what they're talking about, or they are told what to say in front of people in the public? Because even today at court, Ndlozi is questioning the credibility of this guy, the VS Plus leader. He's a Minister of Correctional Services. In a meeting of Parliament, some of the committees in Parliament, they were in a meeting. I have a clip, I'll play the clip. Maybe you'll get a better understanding of what I'm talking about.
No, I was wondering if the minister is willing to take a question about his personal conduct on anti-black racism.
Let's just first inquire about whether he's willing to take a question.
Yes. I want to ask about anti-black racism.
Yeah, thank you.
Honourable Chair, I'm not going to take questions at this time. There will be ample time in the committees as well. And I do believe the honourable members will have time to deliver their speeches. I have limited time.
Thank you, Minister. Please continue.
Another point of order, Chair.
Yeah.
You know, the rules say the minister must not read the whole time. He's left with 1 minute and he's been reading. The rule is here. Rule 89 says you must use the speech to refresh your memory. Because now we're worried about your personal competence in doing this thing of correctional service. He's been reading throughout. This is a minister who's asking for a budget.
Yeah,
He's asking for 87 billion. He's been reading all the time. Is he competent to do this job?
Thank you, Honourable Ndlozi. I get your point of order. I will have a careful eye out from where I'm sitting. I'm quite confident that the Minister has largely only refreshed his memory. Thank you, Honourable Ndlozi. Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Honourable Chair.
You just saw Mr. Ndlozi questioning this guy that, do you even know what you're talking about? If every time you're always going to be reading a speech, we ask a question, you want to respond reading a speech. That means you don't know what you're talking about. That means there's powers that be behind you. They tell you what to say in public. They tell you what to say in front of people. Is this the government you guys want? Your leaders not being able to speak freely. The GNU you've been hyping so much. Your leaders are struggling to speak freely. They are reading a speech. They're struggling to say what they really want to say. They're struggling to articulate what they have to say. Everything is a speech they're reading. Even the president of the country is always reading a speech. After the speech is gone, people can't even ask him questions because he knows they will ask him some questions, he won't be able to answer them. Unlike the EFF, Julius Malema's pressers. Yeah, he reads a speech, and then there's times for questions where he answers the questions himself. So, these leaders of you guys, I don't know what leaders you think you guys have, but your leaders seem to not be knowing what they're talking about. All they know, they wake up in the morning, they go to meetings and read a speech. Now the EFF Ndlozi is questioning this guy. Is questioning them because the EFF doesn't play around. The EFF, if you want to deal with the EFF, more especially Abo Ndlozi, Abo Floyd, you must know your business, you must know your story. You can't just come there and act like just because you are in power positions, you are the minister. Now, you must be reading in front of people and you tell people that there's no time for questions because you are still reading a speech. Taking so much time to read a speech to waste the time of the parliament so the parliament can be closed early. No, the EFF won't allow that. They won't allow that. And people like to think that the EFF are the chaotic ones. No, the EFF just challenge these leaders you guys have been praising. You'll be praising these leaders so much. These leaders of you guys, you'll be praising GNU. And the EFF, when it challenges them, you are saying they are barbaric in parliament. You are saying they are disrespectful in parliament. But they are not. They are challenging your leaders and they want to expose your leaders to you guys. That these type of leaders you have,